Well, hello everyone. So for today, I have the long-awaited Transformers Studio Series number 57 Off-Road Bumblebee, or otherwise known as Jeep B. Now, before we look at him, we're going to take a look at the box. Very nice box, nice artwork of B. 57 Off-Road Bumblebee. Nice picture of B. On this side, number 57, Deluxe Class. On the back, backdrop included. I will show that at the end of the review in robot mode. Here he is in his robot mode and vehicle mode in the Canyon attack scene. He was officially licensed by Jeep. Jeep and the Jeep grill are related logos, vehicle mode names, and trade dress are trademarks of the FCA US LLC and used under license by Hasbro Incorporated, which means that this is a officially licensed Jeep vehicle. Alright, and for the bio it says Bumblebee goes toe-to-toe with Blitzwing in a canyon-shaking battle. I don't know if I'm going to get Blitzwing. I'll have to see a review of him first, but if he's pretty good, I'll get him. But, anyway, here is the box. It's very nice. So let's move this aside and get on to Jeep B. And my god, does he roll awesomely. Now, as you notice, yes, he can hold Masterpiece, MP44, and MP45 human figures. He has just enough room in there for the legs to fit. So, if you want to have someone driving Jeep B, then there are humans to fit in them. So right now I got Spike and Carly that came with MP44 Optimus Prime. So, let me get these guys out of here. And you do have to put them in a weird position. You have to have their back angled a certain way because of the way he transforms in the seat. If you look, it's because of the hinges in the seat. But, otherwise, very, very, very nice. So, getting down to the, actual figure, he is very, very nicely sculpted. Probably one of the best Studio Series Bumblebees I've ever seen. And, sorry, I had to put Spike and Carly back up. Alright, so, very nice. Now, I do have a couple of size comparisons. I do have every single, Studio Series Bumblebee. And then from there, we'll go on to detail and transformation. So, for comparison, here he is with MP45. Very nice. Here he is with MP44. Just wanted to show it off.
One shall stand, one shall fall. Autobots, transform and roll out.
God, I love that figure. And if you're skeptical on getting an MP44, but you have the money, and you're just worried, well, the transformation is too hard, no. Actually, after you transform him several times, it gets easier and easier each time. And there are certain ways that you can do it to make it even easier. So, now getting back to, Jeep B. I have the Studio Series VW Bumblebee. He, is a bit bigger. The Volkswagen is longer, but, still nice. So, next we have the, Clunker B. Clunker B is longer, but he's, thicker. I think he's got more detail because the thing, it's amazing how they got it to look like a clean back. This is probably the cleanest vehicle mode I've ever seen, besides the arms, and you probably didn't even notice that till I said it. Alright. Next, going on, we have the, Studio Series 40, I can't remember. It's, new Camaro Bumblebee. About the same as Clunker B. And then lastly, we have, World War II Bumblebee. So, alright then, going down to vehicle mode detail, we have nicely painted taillights, spare tire, gas can, the doors, very nice windshield, lovely front end. It's got a nice bumper, steering wheel. The seats have wrinkling detail in them. And just like on the real Jeep, you can flip the windscreen down. And he's got a steering wheel right here. And if you look, he has a radio. Let me see if I can... See if I can dim the camera. There you go. He's got a little dial right here. I think it's a little DVD port right here. So, you can flip this back up. He rolls awesomely. Alright. So, getting on the transformation, it's probably one of the most nice and satisfying transformations of a Bumblebee figure I've ever had. So first you want to flip down the windscreen, flip up the steering wheel, fold down the seats, and they will clip in. Then you want to take the spare tire and gas can, they are connected, and fold them down. They will click nicely. Then you want to take the front bumper and push down on the bumper, and it will push forward. Then you want to bring it down, take the arms out to the side, rotate them, bring this back up, bring them up. Next, you want to take out his gun, which is stored underneath. We'll put that to the side for later. Then you want to come to the doors, and they tab into his legs, so you just want to pull them out slightly. Then you want to take these sections, split them apart, and then take the feet and bring them down. And they are on a ball joint and hinge, so you want to make sure that you have them positioned correctly. Then you want to take the wheel assembly, shift it forward, turn it around, shift it forward, turn it around. Sorry for the interruption. Fold this down, fold the door down. Next, you want to come to the front, pull this up. This is probably the most hardest part of the transformation. This is actually very difficult to do. But you want to get that untabbed. I will shift forward, bring this down. Then you want to bring up this assembly. Oh, fold up his head. Then bring this assembly down with his head on it. You want to bring out the arms. There are 2 slots right there that these big tabs will go into, so you just want to make sure these are lined up. Shift this up and push it in. And there you go. Bring down the arms. Split the gas can from the spare tire. Split the legs. There are 2 little tabs right here, which will go into 2 slots right here. Turn around the feet. Then you want to take this section with the back tires, fold it forward, fold this section up. It will lock in 2 separate points and straighten out the legs. Then you want to take this section and ratchet it up until it folds in on itself. So it looks like that. Fold down the legs. Come up here to the bumper, and you want to split this. Fold them down. Bring down the bumper, and in this little groove right here is where the bumper will go, and just push it up. And then push the chest back and bring down the head. and just straighten them up. And there you go. There's Off-Road Bumblebee in his robot mode. So for the articulation, the head is on a ball joint, so it can rotate around. There's barely any wiggly waggly. The head goes up all the way. The arms can go back that far. Out, rotation, 360. Over 90 degrees of elbow bend. Bicep rotation. Goes forward that far. Very nice range. Back that far. Over 90 degrees of knee bend. The foot is on a hinge, so it can shift forward and back, and it's on a ball joint for ankle tilt, so you could push the foot all the way back, all the way forward, and very nice ankle tilt, because it's on a ball joint. So, you can get him in poses such as this. No trouble at all. Moving on to accessories. You only get one accessory, and that is his blaster. Let me get him straightened up here. Now, going away from the traditional way of doing it in Studio Series Bumblebees, the arm does not pop off. You just get a blaster, which he can hold in his hand. And this looks a lot better than the Studio Series 18. And if you don't want him holding his blaster, for storage, on the peg that he holds it on, there is this little cutout section. And you just take that and you put it over this lip. Right there. And it can store on his back. But I don't like doing that. Why wouldn't you want your figure holding his weapon? So just put that in. And it fits seamlessly just like his hand transformed. And there are his fingers. There's 1 finger, 2 finger, 3 finger. And down here somewhere is his thumb. Oh, well, that's where that would be. But there would be his thumb down there. Alright. Now, since this figure doesn't come with any other accessories, he is actually compatible with the weapons that came with the, Studio Series 18 Bumblebee. So if I go over here and I grab his, sword, he can use his sword, and he can use the, battle mask. Give me just a second. Sorry about that, something fell over. So anyway, you can get his stinger sword and the battle mask, but in order to make the battle mask work, you have to pop off the head that came with the, Studio Series 18 figure. So, if you pop off the head, what you do is you just, swap it out with the battle mask. And, I tried it, and no, the battle mask is not compatible with this head because of the size difference. That is like, the head is much bigger on the Off-Road Bumblebee figure. Because it's glued in here, and I actually, was very easy, and I broke the glue. And if you take the face off, it looks like, oh, well, that should be compatible with the, Studio Series 18 figure. But it's not, because of how much bigger this head is than the Studio Series 18 figure. So what you do is you lift up his head, and you turn it around, and then you pull down while wiggling. Oh, actually, you need to push while wiggling, and the head will just pop off. So you can sit the head back over here, change out the face of the Studio Series 18 figure into his battle mask configuration. And then you can just pop the head on, because it just happened to be the exact same size ball joint, and I think they knew this to make it that way. Just like on the Studio Series 18 figure, there are 2 ports, 2 slots on the sword, and same on this side. So there you go. Now you have Off-Road Bumblebee with a battle mask, his sword, and his blaster. And you may think the head looks a little bit weird because it looks like that because the head is smaller, but I'd rather have this than nothing. Maybe DNA will tongue tied. Maybe DNA Design will come out with an upgrade kit like they're doing for the Jetwing Optimus Prime figure and give us a accurate Jeep B sword and a battle mask head, which allows you to just take off the face of Off-Road Bumblebee and just give us a brand new battle mask faceplate. That'd be actually very awesome if they could do that. So, and articulation stays the same. It's just now you've got a sword on this arm, and the head does have more posability because it is smaller. It can't look back that far, but luckily for transformation, there's this hinge that allows you to have him look up farther. So, very nice. And no, the off-road head does not work on Clunker Bumblebee. It does not work on the Studio Series 18 Volkswagen Bumblebee. I've tried and tried. It does not work. It looks good on the figures, but it doesn't work. I wish it did. But, anyway, here is Studio Series Off-Road Bumblebee. With flight stand compatibility. So, as I said before, if you have a flight stand, you have this little port right here. It just clips in. And if you went to my Instagram, I made a post on this figure. And I had him in several different poses that he did throughout the movie. And this figure does it so well. So. Alright then. So, let me pause here. And I will go and transform all the other Studio Series Bumblebee figures. And I will be right back. Alright, so for comparison, here is Studio Series Off-Road Bumblebee with Studio Series 18 Bumblebee, Studio Series Clunker Bumblebee, Clunker Bumblebee, Studio Series New Camaro Bumblebee, and Studio Series World War II Bumblebee. So, now, there are some parts that I've not tried yet, and they look the same on this figure, so I'm going to try to transplant these parts. So, as you can tell, these arm joints are exactly the same. So, I'm going to pop these off. Oh, man, these are hard to get off. Here, let me see if I can even get it off this guy. Oh, man. I'll be back whenever I get them off. Okay. So, on these figures, the elbow joints are exactly the same. A little bit of different detail, but these are painted really, really more nicely. So, I'm going to transplant these because they look better. Alright, I'll be back when I get these done. Okay, I got them off. So, here are the off-road B parts. And they are exactly identical to the Volkswagen Bumblebee parts, just not painted. Except for, there's like very, 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 very different line work, and these are bigger. So, I don't think I'm going to do it. I think he looks fine the way he is. So. But there are a few other parts that you can use on other figures for, I'd say, like the head. You can use it on the, I think you can use it on the old Camaro B. I'm not sure, so let me pop these back on, and I will try that out. So I'll be right back whenever I get done. Alright, so here's what I've done. So here's my custom Transformers Bumblebee Camaro Bumblebee. So, yeah, it looks a bit weird. Mostly I think it's this section right here. But this is the Studio Series 18 Bumblebee's legs. Studio Series 18 Bumblebee's arms, which they barely fit on. You can't put them in too far. You just basically gotta push them in that far. They still work. With the Studio Series Volkswagen Bumblebee wings, and the Studio Series Off-Road Bumblebee head with the Off-Road Bumblebee gun. So, it works, I think. He can't transform, but I think it works. So, in order to make this figure, you need Studio Series 01, Studio Series 18, and Studio Series 57. So, anyway, so, the head does work on him. You just gotta turn it a certain way. So you gotta put it in sideways. Then you gotta turn it, and it locks in. So. Alright. So let me just put this on here. Alright. And then we'll move on to the backdrop. And a wing fell off. As I said, this is all very loose. It's not meant to be on these figures altogether. But anyway. So, with Off-Road Bumblebee, let's put on all his weapons. Alright, so let's get to the backdrop. Take out the plastic prison tray. And here it is. So, you can have B fighting off Blitzwing coming in and trying to stay away from the humans. Very nice. Alright, so this has been my review of the Transformers Studio Series number 57 Off-Road Deluxe Class Bumblebee. So, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.